This is Carolina Vasquez reporting for History News from our headquarters in New York City, where we have just heard that President Lincoln has signed a document to free slaves. With more information, we'll go to our Washington correspondent, Salome Levis.
Today, September 22nd, I am here outside the White House where I have witnessed the signing of a strange document. The president has titled this document the Emancipation Proclamation. The people I've spoken to show confusion as how much legal power the Emancipation Proclamation actually holds. Thank you.
What do you mean?
Well, Carolina, Mr. Lincoln has signed a presidential order that seems to defy the Constitution, which recognizes slavery. I've been assured that it doesn't apply to any of the states that are part of the Union. Apparently, the document does not violate the Constitution because it doesn't apply to the Union, only the Confederacy. Ironically, President Lincoln has no authority currently to free anyone in the South. If anyone had that power, it would be Jefferson Davis. Essentially, this document is a promise that once the South is unified with the Union, the military will enforce this document and African American freedom.
So is this more of a policy statement? Why is Lincoln issuing this order now?
Insiders tell me that Lincoln has had this document for a while, but the war has not been going well for Northern troops and Lincoln is upset with General McClellan. The Battle of Antietam wasn't exactly a Northern victory, but Lincoln felt it was proper time to prove that the North will win this war by releasing the proclamation. Politically, the document is pretty slick since it drains slave labor, especially in the northernmost Confederate states, and encourages former slaves to join the Northern war effort. Let me see if I can find someone to talk to. Aha! I found someone to talk to. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah?
Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Ow. With me now is one of the people most affected by this proclamation, Miss Johnson, a free American slave who lives in Baltimore. Good day, Miss Johnson. What do you think of today's news?
Well, as someone whose great-grandfather earned my family's freedom fighting for our independence in the Revolutionary War, I have mixed emotions, because slavery is a terrible evil and I hope to see its end soon. But I'm concerned at the number of slaves who may think they're actually free and walk off plantations and then be brutally murdered or beaten as a consequence. I don't know how many people this proclamation will help, especially if the North doesn't win this war.
Ah, good to know. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Let's see if I can find more people to whom to chat with. So I was able to get a hold of Mr. Jefferson, whom I will ask a few questions to. Hello, Mr. Jefferson. How are you?
Hello, ma'am. How may I help you?
So, have you heard the news about the Emancipation Proclamation?
Of course, it means I'm free.
Are you a slave?
I was up until this morning.
Where are you from?
Well, just over the river in Virginia.
What are you going to do now that you're free?
Well, I have no money, but I'm a really hard worker, so I think I'll be okay. I am thinking about joining the military. I hear I can make $10 a month in the 54th Infantry.
Thank you for your time and best of luck. Now we go back to New York to further reports.
Wow, thank you, Salome. That was really eye-opening. We have another reporter down the street ready to interview New Yorkers on the topic. With you, now is Cecilia Toro.
Thanks, Carolina. I'm here in New York speaking with an Irish immigrant, Mr. Callahan, about today's topic, the Emancipation Proclamation. So, what do you think about today's news?
I think it's outrageous. I've had many friends killed fighting for what they thought was our country. But what we are really fighting for is for freedom of slaves who will take my job. I already can't make ends meet. How am I supposed to feed my kids when I only make 60 cents on the days that I can get work?
Thank you for your time, sir. All right, now I'm going to go find one more person to talk to about the proclamation. I'm here with a Virginian slave owner talking about today's news. So, Mr. Smith, what are your thoughts on the proclamation?
It's horrible. Completely disagree with the President Lincoln. I didn't even elect him president. And now he thinks it's okay to take my slaves, which I paid for.
Interesting. Thank you.
¿Qué?
Wow! So
this...
heard about the news about the
Hello.